Hey everyone, it's Dina Walker here, and I wanted to share with you that I'm coming out of the closet. And what that means is I'm choosing to show up and be a resource on health. The reason I'm doing this is because it's looking like we're in a midst of a health crisis right now, and we're getting very practical tools on how to stock up and be safe and protect ourselves logistically. But what I'm wanting to share with you is doing things on our own where we can kind of protect ourselves from getting sick. Because I always have said to people, the best way to be healthy is just don't get sick in the first place and do your best not to get sick. And while the emphasis is on washing our hands and avoiding social contact and all of those things are really, really important. Don't get me wrong. But there are things that are not being emphasized enough that people aren't aware of that they can do on their own to prevent themselves from getting in the position of requiring healthcare and needing help. And those are the things that I would like to share with you and plan on doing so in the next few weeks. I'm not sure if I'm going to be doing a Facebook group or if I'm going to be just posting on YouTube or just add to my list, but there's information that I've been telling people and I want everybody to know, because if they choose to take the information, nothing that I'm going to provide to anyone is going to be harmful. It may help. So, there's some research that supports the things that I'm going to be talking about, and I'll share, personal experiences as well as the information that I have read about in various different sources on things that you can do. But I just came up with something today that is kind of the basis of practicing good, healthy behaviors and really going ahead and I call it the first five, and it's A, B, C, D, and E, the acronyms, and A is for attitude. So your attitude, and I would say attitude is everything. I think that was a commercial back in the 80s, and I would say attitude and gratitude are two really important components to having a healthy body and a healthy mind and a healthy life. So changing your attitude, and you can look at the situation as dire and devastating and awful, or you can see the silver lining in it and appreciate the lessons that we're all going to be learning throughout the next, whenever. A second is breathing. And especially with the particular virus that's going on around right now, the respiratory system is what's affected. And to have a highly functioning breathing mechanism is going to be really, really important. As a manual physical therapist, which is one of the hats that I wear, I believe that the rib cage is probably one of the most undertreated areas in the body. And it's a major player with neck pain and low back pain and shoulder pain. But a lot of people, don't address that particular area. And what I believe is that, when we were cave people and we were going and hunting or running from our predators, what we would be doing is we'd be doing maximum exertion. So our rib cage was malleable and flexible, and the lung capacity was greater. And I actually, in my training for physical therapy school, spent 6 weeks at the National Jewish Center for Immunology and Respiratory Care in Denver, Colorado. And the majority of what I did was teach people how to breathe. So breathing, number two. Number three is connection. And I think connecting is one of the things that I'm choosing to do right now with you guys, as well as my friends and family. I have today happens to be St. Patrick's Day, and So happy St. Patrick's Day to those of you who are celebrating, or even if you're not, it's a reason to celebrate. And it was a reason for my friends to gather, and we have great memories of being together. So I have chosen to organize a Zoom call with my friends, and we're going to see how that goes, and say hello and toast St. Patrick's Day. So connection. It would also be connection to yourself, connection to source, God, universe, whatever you want to call a higher power. Or if you don't believe in the higher power, then just go ahead and maybe connect with nature, connect with your family, connect with your friends, connect with the people that you love, connect to yourself, and your breathing is one strategy to do that. D is for diet. And basically you just want to eat nutritional healthy foods, preferably organic, preferably fresh. And again, this might be challenging in the next few days, few weeks, or however long. But another thing that I typically say to people is that if it does not come from nature, don't eat it. So anything that's processed, anything that's in a carton, or such, you know, probably not the right thing. And I have a bunch of little meals that I put together, and you know, that I can also share with you guys as well, because eating healthy is key to being healthy. And E is going to be for exercise. So that's kind of my area of expertise. I personally love to exercise. I love to be outdoors, being in the sun, or even going outside and gardening and doing stuff around the house. You know, I was hunkered up a bit during 9/11 because I lived in Lower Manhattan at the time. And, you know, business kind of just went to a standstill. Everybody was in shock. And, you know, one of the things that I did was I actually, you know, renovated my studio, because just keeping busy and active, getting outside if you can. I know it's still a bit chilly, which where some of you are. I'm in Florida, as you can see, by my dress wear here. And, you know, just get outside and, you know, take some deep breaths in the fresh air. I was reading some posts online, and I firmly believe, and I believe this was Florence Nightingale's treatment method, was just to get outside in the sunlight. Guys, it's vitamin D. And, you know, it's when you're also out in walking about, or if you can get to a park or a beach or someplace where you can also connect with nature and your breathing. And that will help your attitude. And then all that's left is diet. So, you know, with that being said, I want you to know that I'm posting this. It's uncomfortable for me to talk about these things publicly. I don't know why, for whatever reason. I think I was afraid of being judged, or self-conscious of how I looked online. And at this point, you know, you just have to get over yourself, because you know, if I can help one person avoid getting sick, or you know, staying healthy, is really the goal that I've always aspired to. It's why I chose the profession that I did. And the goal of my website and this YouTube channel is Fix You Online, because I, many years ago, gosh, 20 years ago, had a dream to create programs that would empower people to heal themselves. And because we really do have the power of healing in us, it's like uncovering your inner shaman. Sometimes I say, because there's a lot that we can do being part of our healthcare team, which would include doctors, or maybe acupuncturists, in my case, Chinese medicine doctors, and herbalists, and you know, nutritional consultants, and you know, different physical therapists, massage therapists, you know, Pilates instructors. All of these people are part of my health team. And I want you to, you know, think about who your team is, but really consider how you can be a part of your team, because everything that I just spoke about, A, B, C, D, E, is all in your power and your control. So take advantage of the power that you have, utilize it, and do the best that you can. I know for myself, when I was pregnant with my daughter, I said to myself, you know, I did everything that I could to ensure a natural childbirth. And when I was in labor, I knew that. And regardless of the outcome, I knew that I did the best that I could. And as an athlete, that was always the most important thing when I was, you know, involved in a competition. Did I do the best I could? Did my team do the best that I could? The only time I was ever disappointed was when I didn't do my best. And so I want to give you the tools so that you can do your best, and that you can, yeah, just, you know, protect yourself, protect your family, and stay as healthy as possible. So with that, I will sign off. And as I usually say, take good care of your body and your spirit, because it's the only true home that you really have. And hopefully I'll be able to give you some tools and techniques that will help you with that over the next little time. So leave your comments, leave your feedback. And like I said, I am inspired to do this, and you know, hopefully it will help. And if not, then just don't watch it. Okay. Ciao.